In my last video, I said I was gonna do a part 2 about killing stalking if the first part does well, and it didn't do too well. But that's not gonna stop me, guys. I'm still gonna read the manga because I am far down too deep. We're gonna heal my trauma together. This chapter starts off with a fake out, and this is how you know that this story is a decade old, because I have not seen a fake out in years. Bum freaks out, he pisses himself, and honestly, Sang-woo is better than me because I would have ended Bum right then and there. How the fuck are you gonna piss on my floor and then expect me to give you a bath? Nigga, you are getting kidnapped. This is not a 5-star resort. I didn't know kidnapping was that exhausting. Sang-woo gives Bum his signature clothes. I remember people actually sold these clothes as cosplay. I had a video idea where I wanted to go to school and cosplay for like a week straight, and this was one of the cosplays I wanted to do. Just as a quick side note, I guess. Sang-woo starts reminiscing about his mom, and I never knew how prominent, like how in your face the mommy issue stuff was. And this is why I always say that it's important to reread this kind of stuff, because as a child, I knew he had mommy issues, but I realized like way later that, wait, this nigga likes his mom. I don't know why, because they make it clear from like chapter 3 that this dude has mommy issues. Sang-woo literally goes like, I love you. Oh my god, I love you too. Nigga, who's you? I'm talking about my freaking mom. I'm like, oh, that's awkward. Now I'm rethinking what I said about this actually being romantic. Because, as I said, I am rereading this with you guys, so you have to wait for the actual essay. This is just like my initial reactions to the chapters. But yeah, Yeonbum takes Sang-woo's mom's place. That's why I'm saying misogyny, because he immediately starts cooking and cleaning.
That's why your mama did?
Free Bum, bro. Generally free Bum. And Sang-woo actually has the nerve to make Bum do all this, and then he starts playing music on the aux. I can't even play that. This is copyright. Sang-woo's playing music like a mom when it's cleaning day. You wake up thinking it's gonna be a great day, and then you hear that ABBA playlist, and you know, oop, you're not leaving your house today. And if that isn't enough, Sang-woo's out here behaving like a freaking manager, bro, just waiting for you to make a tiny mistake. But instead of telling you off, he straight up beats Bum, bro. No mercy at all. This is where I feel bad for Bum, because he don't even deserve all that. One thing about killing stalking that I really like is the suspense in the story. That scene where Bum is thinking about escaping, then he comes up with scenarios of what would happen if Sang-woo caught him, you know, scenarios of him getting killed. And it's so good at making you think like, is he gonna do it or not? And then Sang-woo comes back and you see Bum doing the dishes. He didn't end up doing it. And for myself, I felt this relief. I just then realized that I've been holding my breath the whole time, like, is he gonna do it? He didn't do it. Bum's daily tasks of cleaning expanded into cleaning the laundry room. This is where he finds rat poison. And I'm thinking, maybe he's too desperate, but this clearly feels like a setup. But I get it, if you're just trying to escape, you like ignore many signs around you. And you're gonna see what I mean with signs. But I feel like Sang-woo was deliberately trying to give Bum as many clues as possible. But you can't immediately find the key item after entering the level. You know, that's too much of a coincidence. But once again, I feel like this scene is amazing because Sang-woo is eventually testing Bum if he's like his mom. If I remember right, his mom tried to kill him as well with rat poison. And I feel like Sang-woo's like, okay, you like my mom, but how much are you really like my mom? Especially when you read Killing Stalking, that scene at the dinner table with like the crazy power dynamic is so scary when you think about that this is exactly what happened to Sang-woo and his mom before. Anyways, I feel bad for Bum because he genuinely thought this was gonna work. I'm laughing, but I found that scene genuinely scary. Like, I'm a person, I have to laugh when things get like crazy. Sang-woo is literally here being like, go ahead and eat it. How is this the first time you're gonna make him eat when you know he put rat poison in the freaking food? Bum should have played this more smart. If you know you're gonna poison him, if you found the rat poison, then wait till you get his trust a little bit more. Then poison him. Why would you do it on the first try? Obviously, this is a setup. And Bum is being too obvious because what are you smiling about, bro? There's no reason to smile about this disheartening food you just cooked, bro. If you cooked some crazy shit, like, I'd be like, okay, be proud of yourself. You deserve to smile. But you cook good.
What the
is in such a terrifying position because now he's forced to eat the laced food. And I'm tearing up right now if you can see this because that scene is so scary to me. Sang-woo starts putting his fingers between his throat trays if he swallowed or not. If that was me, kill me, bro. I tried to poison you. I know, I'm sorry. Bum eats the poison. Sang-woo eats the poison. And now I'm gonna cry because Sang-woo pretends the whole chapter that nothing is wrong. I feel like until now, we don't even know what happened to him. Like, did he get poisoned? Did he spit it out? You're left wondering, did actually nothing happen? Or is he testing Bum? And if he's testing Bum, When is he gonna drop the truth bomb? You know, like the suspense, like just do it, bro. Fast forward, Bum has a stomach ache. It hurts. And Sang-woo puts him to bed. And I'm like, ooh, okay. What's happening right now? And they have like a little bonding moment where they talk about each other's trauma. And Sang-woo is actually such a dick. He's that kind of person who's like always competitive, you know, like the people who be like, oh, my trauma is bigger than yours. Bum is here talking about some, oh, I cut myself because I'm lonely. I have no one who loves me.
Boring, sloppy.
That's why your mama. Sang-woo admits what I basically just already told you, that everything that Sang-woo does is what his dad did to him and his mom. Mama did. And Sang-woo drops like the craziest foreshadowing until now. He goes, it feels like I'm living with my mom when I'm here. Ugh. And then Sang-woo drops like the craziest wrist that would even make me fall. When he starts kissing like the wrist and stuff, I'm like, ooh. But you know, considering like the circumstances and the context, it's actually not that sweet. Actually quite disturbing. Bum starts kissing Sang-woo and stuff, and I don't even know where he got all the skills from when he's been a loner his whole freaking life. He must have gotten it from all the smut he's been reading. And he's just like me for that. Story time. I had my first make-out session a month ago. And I'm 20, by the way. I made out with a guy after 20 years of living. And I got all my skills from, you know, mangas and books and whatever. And honestly, it paid off because he said that this was one of the best kisses he ever had, a 10 out of 10. Absolute cinema. But unlike me, Bum started doing a little bit too much. And you know you are doing too much when the kidnapper gets scared of you. He was like, you a weirdo, you a freak. And that's crazy, bro. That's how you know you are a freak. Bum started talking about some, oh, we should mix. Then I realized, nah, these niggas are freaks for each other because he started blushing and shit. What are you blushing about, bro? Are you thinking about your freaking mom again? I think he does, because he starts treating him very, very nicely after that. Like, very, very nicely. He even started acting kind of cute. The way he cares for him when he hurts himself, they start flirting in the bed sheets, and then they get freaky and nasty, and genuinely, something about Bum being needy turns me kind of off. But guys, now we get to one of my favorite scenes till now. This is why I said it's important to reread this when you are older, guys, because you miss so many things. First of all, Sang-woo and Bum are having a great time. They are behaving like a couple. Sang-woo starting to trust Bum. Bum notices, oh, okay, he treats me very, very nicely. And you know what? I might like this nigga. So this is the scene where Bum tries to escape after Sang-woo leaves the house, but Sang-woo busts him because he's standing in front of the door. Now, what I like about this scene so much is, it starts off with Bum sleeping and Sang-woo being on the phone and being like, oh, it's raining, I'm gonna be a little bit late. First information, it's raining. Then he goes to Bum. Bum pretends to be sleeping, but Sang-woo busts his ass. Oh, you were faking it? Damn, that's kind of crazy. I'm gonna leave, don't go outside, don't cross the line. You know, Bum does it anyway. What I like about the scene is that, as I said before, I feel like Sang-woo is testing him, but at the same time, I feel like Sang-woo really, really wants to trust Bum at this point. He is ready to go into this like fantasy of like, oh, you are gonna be my mom, and I'm gonna love you, and blah, blah, blah. But he has to make sure like one final time. I feel like Sang-woo was trying to do his best. Give Bum as many clues as to not go outside. First of all, he's on the phone being like, oh, it's raining. And then he goes to Bum, busts his ass that he's not awake. I feel like he was trying to make sure that Bum is awake so he could hear him giving him his first clue, basically. You know what I'm saying? Then once again, reminders, don't go outside, don't cross the line. The most telling clue is that he literally left his umbrella there. He looks at the umbrella, leaves it there, and just goes outside. If you really want to test Bum, wouldn't you take the umbrella with you so he wouldn't notice and change his mind? Unless you want him to notice and want him to change his mind because you want to live in this fantasy of, oh, he actually loves me. Now, what I already praised about the previous chapters is that the way Bum is struggling if he should do it or not, the constant back and forth, the constant scenarios, what if he sees me, what if he busts me, it's so good. This author is so good at making the scene suspenseful and making you hold your breath. In the end, Bum goes outside. And this is where I'm getting pissed off. Sang-woo was really trying to do anything to make Bum change his mind. So Bum opens the door. And okay, Sang-woo is in front of the door. But Sang-woo is sitting in front of the door with his back turned and listening to music. And then he later on says, I really, really hope you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have escaped. How do I explain this? I really think not only did Sang-woo give Bum as many clues, he also made sure that, hey, if you go outside, I'm not gonna notice it because I'm standing in front of the door with my back and I'm listening to music. So if you were smart, you could literally turn around and sit back down. But what does Bum do? Oh, Sang-woo, what are you doing here?
Shut the fuck up, nigga. For what?
Wow. Maybe Bum is too desperate that he can't really think straight. Because if you were smart, let's say he ignored all the other clues. Oh, it's raining, why did he leave his umbrella here? He could have just opened the door a little bit. See Sang-woo in front of the door. go back and sit down, or go back, get a knife, and kill that nigga. Nah. Sang-woo busts his ass listening to that freaking song again. Stranger. I feel bad for Bum, bro. He knows it's over. He's just trying anything. Sang-woo basically makes it clear that, bro, no one is gonna save you. You are stuck here. I have no neighbors. I have no one who's gonna check up on me. Yeah. Sad. One thing that kind of irritated me though is that how often is the author gonna show the freaking umbrella? We know he left the umbrella there. How often are you gonna show it? Guys, see? He left the umbrella like he lied. How do I say this? Sang-woo punishes Bum? He does the little... and yeah. To further freak with Bum, Sang-woo takes an old man hostage. Kinda lied about him, you know, about being gay, being like, oh, we're gonna have a great time. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, like one night stand, not my cup of tea. Why the freak would I go to a man's house? He lives in the ghetto, bro, and you just going to his house. This is why I'm saying that lust is a sin, cause it makes you dumb, bro. You want sex that bad that you like ignore all the red signs, red flags? I want to wrap this video up quick, so forgive me for being a little bit too fast paced. Sang-woo makes Bum and the stranger, I forgot his name, let's call him John. Why are we gonna call him John? I don't know. He makes Bum and John play a game. This chapter is a little bit fuzzy, so forgive me for that. Yeah, I'm not gonna look it up again. Yeah, the loser has to... Bum wins in the beginning because Sang-woo just wants to freak with Bum. He's like, oh, this is a practice round. So John and Bum play another round and Bum is losing. Quick stop. Sang-woo looks really, really hot in this chapter. Oh, the apron! The apron! The apron! His lazy, sleazy demeanor, like he don't even give two fucks about them. Then later on with their glasses. And I can't even be mad at Bum when he starts feeling special, when Sang-woo starts helping him with the cards and stuff. I would have folded right then and there as well. I keep telling you that, guys. If I knew Sang-woo in real life, I would have folded!
Lord have mercy.
I would have folded! I can't even blame John. If Sang-woo approached me at the bar, maybe we'll meet at a bar, I'd also be kind of special. I wouldn't follow you to your home, especially if you live in a ghetto. Sang-woo is a next level troll though. Mom loses and he's losing his marbles and he thinks he's gonna die. Honestly, John? I feel bad for John. That nigga thought he was gonna get out there alive. Why are you blindfolding my eyes so I can kill a nigga? But at one point, you have to realize that it's not really going how you want it to. Why are you getting blindfolded? And why are you holding the knife like that? Sang-woo's evil, bro. So he kills John. Pins it on Bum, be like, oh, you killed John. I literally carried your bony ass towards him. They kill John. Even though John won the game. This is so unfair. The system is rigged, I'm telling you guys. There probably is some like greater meaning behind the scene, especially like with the cards and the symbolism. But do I want to analyze that right now? No, I don't. I feel like I used enough brain matter on killing stalking today. I'm gonna see you in a few weeks again when I do part 3. I generally reached a point where I want to continue reading Killing Stalking. Like I'm actively taking notes when reading the manga so I can make these videos. Even if the series doesn't do well, I'm still going to continue making these videos because I genuinely want to read this. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see more. And thank you guys. We gained like 200 new subscribers after starting YouTube and that's really, really nice. Bye bye!